Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee joins us right now, the House Foreign Affairs Committee, a medical doctor on the scene trying to help people out, but in the middle of all of this craziness. So, Congressman, the bottom line is that Russia is not apparently keeping its word on protected passageways for those who want to leave the country, and B, cooling it on airstrikes for those still in the country. What do we do?
Well, Neil, first, thanks for continuing to address this issue. And absolutely, you know, Russia twice during Syria promised to withdraw or move troops back, and they only strengthened their forces. So believing what Putin says is a huge mistake. We need to watch what he does. And these increased bombings from today only support that. What we can do, we've got to get real with the sanctions. This stair-stepped approach of the president has failed. It's emboldened Putin, actually, and we heard that from members of the Ukrainian parliament who crossed over into Poland to meet with us. They basically told us that the stair-step sanctions have failed. And then, of course, lethal aid. The more lethal aid we give them, and in fact, I got a report from a friend inside Ukraine that they're shooting down missiles. They're actually able to shoot down the missiles with the stuff we're giving them. We need to give them more.
You know, you have great insight into, you know, maybe Vladimir Putin and what he really wants. You know, there's talk that, you know, maybe he was just teasing or using this idea of productive talks to sort of, you know, get his soldiers in order, plan renewed attacks on the country, that he's not really into a settlement of any sort. Do you agree with that?
I'm not sure I agree with that, although we should always consider that deception is going to be a part of the Russian or Vladimir Putin game plan. But honestly, I think he's in a stalemate. He can't maneuver on the Ukrainians. Their tanks and their mechanized and motorized forces cannot maneuver. So the idea that they're going to concentrate on the Donbas regions seems like a valid strategic shift. His inability to take Zelensky out, which was his original strategic goal, you know, create something like he has in Belarus with a favorable leader, has failed. And so it makes sense. But you're right, we never should rule out deception from the Russians.